Barcelona versus Girona. Team news is in for this derby where Barcelona are looking to bounce back after back-to-back defeats ahead of the international break in all competitions, losing heavily away to Seville in the La Liga. Whereas Girona won their first game of the new season, beating Valencia by 2-1 just before the international break. So let's get into team news, starting with Barcelona. So it's Rosso Szczesny in goal, Koundé, Garcia, Kubarasi and Balde the back four, Pedri, De Jong and Caicedo the midfield three. Lamine Yamal comes back into the selection after having a few games out before the international break. Fernandes is up from Tony Fernandes, the 17-year-old, and Marcus Rashford, who's on loan from Manchester United. Of course, he plays for Barcelona and starts this afternoon. For Girona, Casamigos in goal, Moreno, Blind, Victor Reis and Rincon the back four, Roca, Witzel, Martinez and Hill the four in midfield. Vanet and Portu is the two up front for Girona. So, good afternoon and welcome to Flash Score. Girona up against Barcelona. One win in their last two, and only a goal difference separates Girona from the relegation zone in 17th. Whereas for Barcelona, they're in second place at the moment. And they find themselves quite a bit away from Real Madrid, just the 3 points ahead of a looming El Clasico coming up in the next couple of weeks for both these sides. But more importantly, Barcelona, of course, who lost at home to PSG last they played here, and took the lead in that game beginning of the month. But the European champions were able to bounce back after before that they were on a winning streak, and doing so well. Of course, they are the champions of Spain. Barcelona having a successful first season under Hansi Flick, looking now to bounce back to winning ways. So moments away from kickoff here live on Flash Score. There's lots of kickoffs taking place across Europe. In the Premier League, it's kicked off at 3 o'clock English time. There was an early kickoff which saw Nottingham Forest lose by 3-0 to Chelsea, and seeing that result confirmed the sacking of Ange Postecoglou. The manager of Nottingham Forest has been sacked. Breaking news story on the Flash Score app and website. Ange Postecoglou relieved of his duties after losing to Chelsea. 8 games in charge, no wins from Ange Postecoglou. So 80 scores up and down the country in England. Brighton 0, Newcastle 0, Burnley 0, Leeds 0, Crystal Palace 0, Bournemouth 1. There's an early goal for Bournemouth. Krupi has scored. Manchester City 0, Everton 0 and Sunderland 0, Wolves 0. Late kickoff there is Fulham and Arsenal. In La Liga, we have seen Seville lose to Mallorca, showing the changing feeling in La Liga at the moment, where there is a sense of anything can happen amongst the leagues. There isn't this sort of dominance that we've seen over the years of Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, or Real Madrid. These teams outside the top 3, top 4, 5 can really hurt the top ones, and that's what makes this game very intriguing this afternoon. Local derby. Girona 2 seasons ago did the double over Barcelona. Last season it was Barcelona who were able to bounce back and do the double over their city rivals. What will be the case this term in 2025 and 2026? It's round 9 in the Liga, the champions up against Girona, and the players are just about to get ready here to kick things off in the old Olympic Stadium. This Barcelona's Camp Nou is being redeveloped. It's Girona shooting from right to left. It's gone out for a goal kick. So it's now with Kubarasi towards Garcia. Garcia down the right hand side to Jules Koundé. Koundé now to the rest of Kubarasi. Pogba to Balde. Balde inside his own half is able to lay the ball back towards his goalkeeper, also Szczesny, with the bright green jersey. Barcelona traditional kit, of course, of the blue and red stripes and blue socks. Manager Hansi Flick looking to bounce back and win. Over the halfway line it goes Marcus Rashford. He's had a lot of goals and assists. To his game. Here's Casado, since joining from Manchester United. Ball goes into the middle, looking towards Fernandez. It's cut out there by Victor Ruiz. Now back for Girona. Rick got on that far side, intercepted well. Now back with Rashford. Kebrassi has the ball in the centre circle, gives it to Jules Koundé. Now Koundé passing the ball towards the right side, pushes it to the middle now to De Jong. De Jong, a bit of room down this left. Got a bit of work. He's evaded a few challenges, gives the ball to the evergreen Pedri. Floats it to Marcus Rashford. Bright yellow boots for the Mancunian. Now down the right. Lovely ball now to Lamine Yamal. It's a cut out. It's an interception. And it was Brian Hill, former Tottenham Hotspur player, who brought down Balde. That would be a throw in. Referee actually given a free kick actually for bringing him down. So on that far side, Barcelona inside the first 5 minutes have the opportunity to swing the ball towards the penalty area. Marcus Rashford is over the ball at the moment. Taking his time to swing the ball in. Marcus Rashford, right footed, it comes in towards the penalty area, punched away by Gazaniga. And here it goes towards Rashford. A few step overs, he tucks it to the right side, looking towards Jules Koundé. Look at this right hand touch, that is Lamine Yamal. First touches for the talented youngster Lamine Yamal. A few step overs, goes into the penalty box, drives with his right foot, but can't keep it in. Lamine Yamal, good to see the Spaniard back and fit play, maybe not from a Girona perspective, but from a footballing perspective, of course. They've got injuries still, Barcelona, to their selection. No Garcia, no Xavi, no Lewandowski, no Almo, no Rafida, Testega and Ferran Torres. So lots for Hansi Flick to battle with when it comes to his selection this afternoon ahead of Champions League football coming up this week. The injuries, of course, also for Girona. Van de Beek's out with an ACL tendon injury. Jean Carlos, Martin, Ona Francis and Arturo all out injured as well. So it is definitely a game where it's impacted by the injuries. Limited spectators, of course, due to the fact that they are playing in Olympic Stadium. Is Lamine Yamal, he darts past Rincon like he's not there. Lamine Yamal in the penalty box, dicks it to the far post. They're trying to find Fernandez, who was just so close in between the centre backs of Blind and Victor Ruiz, but he's not able to find the youngster in Tony Fernandez, and Fernandez can't get there. The Spaniard 17-year-old, of course, on the bench the last couple of games, hasn't gotten able, his first start of the season for Tony Fernandez. It's a big day for him, the 17-year-old, leading the line for Barcelona. Another La Masia talent from the great Barcelona side. His Blink plays the ball back to his goalkeeper in Gazaniga. Gazaniga back to Daley Blind from Ajax, Manchester United centre-back. Daley Blind picks the ball up, playing a fair few seasons now in Girona. Puts the ball down left-hand side to Roca. Roca infield now to Witzel. It's given away by Witzel. Now down the left side to Jules Koundé. Koundé over the halfway line to Kebrassi. Back towards Garcia. Kebrassi now towards Kebrassi. Now it's towards Balde. A bit of touches towards the centre-back. Barcelona now, Girona now. It's Jules Koundé. Back to De Jong. De Jong now to the right side to Casado. Casado now looking towards De Jong. Good work this from Barcelona. Expected to have and to see a lot of the possession here this afternoon, this game. A couple points behind Real Madrid. Real Madrid had a lightning start to their La Liga season, but the champions, they want to make sure that they're able to keep hold of it. Dinked up now by the left side there by Rashford. It falls now to Pedri. Pedri to Casado. Casado. He's the ball to Pedri. Pedri now inside to Lamine Yamal. These two combining well. He's on his left foot, Lamine Yamal. Lays off edge of the penalty area. Looking towards De Jong. De Jong to Fernandez, who's a bit deeper. All this play for Barcelona. Now down the right hand side for Pedri. Inside the Girona half. He lays it onto the left side to Caicedo. Caicedo now towards Pedro. Pedro, the conductor, the orchestrator, the one that makes Barcelona tick, has the ball at his feet at the moment. Gives it to Jules Koundé to the right of him. He lays it back now to Fernandes. Got a bit of room now for Caicedo. Caicedo now to Rashford. Rashford a bit of room ahead of him. All this play outside Girona's penalty area. All the play inside Girona's penalty outside their penalty, but all in their half. And there's a threaded ball that comes from Garcia that misses everybody out. There's pressure on Hansi Flick. Sporting a black open shirt polo, short sleeve. He's watching on. He's just brushed his top brow, looking at the play there where Garcia just removed it, and he's thinking about what's been happening these last two games. He had a few weeks to dwell on it, that's for sure. He's had a few weeks to dwell on those results, what can happen. Just a recap of some of the scores across the Premier League at the moment. Brighton 0, Newcastle United 0, Burnley 1, Leeds 0, Crystal Palace 0, Bournemouth 1, Man City 0, Everton 0, Sunderland 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Live flash score scores across the afternoon here. Bundesliga action, Premier League action, all to come. Continuous across the day, of course, including MLS action. Also into Miami, you can listen to at the top of the day if you are based in Europe. Because you can download the Flash Score app on the App Store, the Google Play Store, and of course if you're on the browser, you can listen in audio commentary, written commentary of all these games. Ball's on the left side now for Marcus Rashford inside Girona's half. He was really struggling at the moment to get off their own half. Rashford infield now, tries to play a 1-2 with Caicedo, and the free's actually got in the way. Caicedo takes it. Infield it goes now to the right hand side, looking towards Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal waits for Jules Koundé to come. Koundé lays the ball back, boots. It's intercepted well there by Moreno. Moreno, from Liverpool player, of course. He's there with Rocco as well. So thrown now towards Fernandes. Fernandes now towards Caicedo. Caicedo back towards Cabarresi. We're just playing Girona's half. It's Barcelona pressing ahead down the right side to Koundé. Koundé now into the middle, now to De Jong. De Jong just waits for give the ball to Cabarresi. Cabarresi now to Garcia. Garcia to the left side to Balde. Balde down the right now to Rashford with the green boots. Passes the ball to Pedro. Inside the centre circle now. Pedro just glides away from a few Girona players. He's able to give the ball to Jules Koundé. Koundé now to Frankie De Jong. De Jong to the left side, looks towards Lamine Yamal. Takes a few touches to Lamine Yamal to give the ball to Jules Koundé, Frenchman with the dreads and the locks down his back of his neck. Down on the right side towards Frankie De Jong. 10 gone here. Live on Flash Score. Barcelona with Girona. The ball comes to the far post from Lamine Yamal, looking towards Marcus Rashford. It's dealt well by Girona. Here's Koundé. 0-0. Koundé now infield to Caicedo. Caicedo, a few touches now infield. He goes now towards Fernandes. He throws us across the ball towards Rashford. He's got Balde to the right of him. A sliding tackle. Really good tackle comes in from Recon. Recon now to Brian Hill. And Rashford comes to run back and win the ball back for Barcelona. Excuse me, but that will be a throw on that far side for Girona. Mikel Sanchez, of course, coach for Girona, got them into the Champions League last campaign after a really successful La Liga season in the back end of 2024. Saw them reach the Champions League phase last year. It was more of a levelled out season last campaign, which was reflecting the results against Barcelona. They were able 2 seasons ago to get those double over Barcelona. We've only won 2 in the last 5 games. It was a really good sort of recent history for Girona against their city rivals, but last season it wasn't the case. But today is the day to put that right. And of course, here it is, the ball with Pedro inside his own half at this occasion. He gives the ball to Garcia. He thinks it's now to the middle. Nice little back by Fernandes. Here's Pedro inside the centre circle. He's just started and weaving. No one really going towards him. Still Pedro. And floats it deliciously towards Rashford. He brings it down negligently on his right foot. He's got Balde to left him. He looks in towards the penalty area. Lacking that real figure up front at Barcelona in the early stages of this game. Lacking Lewandowski. You can see him needing a more vocal point. Rashford playing off the right rather than the centre. Here's Lamine Yamal, who's accustomed to be on the right hand side. He pushes the ball on his left foot. Goes for goal. It's blocked by a Girona player. Look as far as Cabrasi. Barcelona now, Girona nil here. Live flash score action for you this afternoon. Audio commentary. And it's Michael Szczesny. Laid back now by Pedri. To the far side to Marcus Rashford. Rashford infield now, looking towards De Jong looking towards Kunde. Down the right hand side, he's able to find it to Rafinha. Over the halfway line he goes. Back to Kunde, approaching the box. Kunde twisted and turning, he still has it. Gives the ball to Pedri. Leaves it now to the right hand side. Now to Lamine Yamal. Down to the middle. A little flick and a switch. Could be able to have a shot here. Pedri shoots and scores. Wonderful. Wonderful player. Wonderful goal. And it's Pedri for Barcelona inside the first 15 minutes. Sprinkling that magic that he has on his feet. Wonderful midfielder who finds the bottom corner. Barcelona 1, Girona 0. It's taken 13 minutes. And we have the breakthrough in this derby. And it's a well-worked goal from the champions. Barcelona 1, Girona 0. Lamine Yamal to Pedri. It's a familiar connection that has benefited and paid dividends for Barcelona. Wonderful score initially from Jules Koundé, feeding it towards Lamine Yamal. And then Lamine Yamal is able to just edge it forward to Pedri in the penalty box. And he just drives across to create the angle to shoot. And it comes off the post to go inside and nestle in towards Girona's net. Liga was rooted to the spot. It was perfectly placed by Pedri to hit the post. And Barcelona have the lead in this game. Barcelona 1, Girona 0. Lead off to Liga. Well, Girona struggled to get out of their own half. Struggled to get any bit of momentum just to start the handsy flick, and Barcelona needed to get themselves in front, ease those nerves, wash away the cobwebs from those two results, head into the international break, looking forward and venturing forward ahead of the busy period that's ahead. 7-8 games incoming, of course. Champions League action. They're at home here to Olympiacos. You can listen to audio commentary of that game, of course. It's just intercepted. That will be a goal kick for Girona. Moreno for Girona, floats it out to Roca. Needs to be kicked away. And back towards Moreno. He's blind. Towards Vitoros. Corner. Now Girona will be able to have some ball and look to build from the back. Goes towards Brian Hill. They've not caught Vanet. They've not been able, Vanet or Porto, to get on the ball in this game so far, and that's a real problem for Michel Sanchez. You just need to get hold of it, and he's not happy with the referee at the moment. Decision's gone Barcelona's way. He wants more from his team. Just been a shadow of themselves. It looks like they've just come to play a part rather than compete. Early stages, of course, but they find themselves 1-0 down in this La Liga game. It's them down the left hand side now for Roca. Roca looking to a Raikkonen, puts the ball towards the penalty area. There's a free Girona player at the far post. It goes towards Hill. It breaks in the middle. Rashford's battling now with Rikon. Rikon now approaching the byline. He'll try and win a corner. He won't. He'll keep it alive. He hit the ball off the shins of Rashford, but Rashford does really well because he wins the ball for Barcelona. Fires it now to De Jong. De Jong got the ball towards Fernandes. Fernandes can keep it in. Oh, he can't. The youngster. Bless him. It just trickled away. And an opportunity to let Rashford go. A blistering break was on the cards, but the touch from the youngster was poor, and that has opened the door for a throw-in for Girona. .69% possession for Barcelona, 31 for Girona. These are the statistics inside the first 20 minutes. With Girona inside Barcelona's half of Verity inside this game. It's thrown towards Martinez. Martinez now to Rincon. Rincon now to his goalkeeper, has a Liga bright orange jersey for him. Lays it back towards Witzel. Witzel now to Martinez. Witzel still wants the ball. Just outside the centre circle, he gets it, opens his body well to feed it towards Vitor Ruiz. Vitor Ruiz now to Moreno, inside his own half. Frankie de Jong will try and come and close the angle, he can't. It's down towards Roca. Roca, back now towards Moreno. Moreno looking towards Daily Blint. Blint, inside his own penalty area, laying it back towards Gazaniga. Barcelona 1, Girona 0. Live audio commentary here on Flash Score. La Liga action. Barcelona trying to get themselves back closer to the top. Blint pushes it towards the left, towards Moreno. Moreno now to Roca. Roca driving towards the penalty area. This is really good from Roca. He's able to find a cross. Can't find a Girona shirt. It will be kept alive on that far side there by Rincon. Rincon into the middle now to Hill. Hill lays it back towards Vitor Ruiz. And he stays on side. There's three in the middle. Up against Balde. He's in the penalty area. That will be a corner kick for Girona. For the first time, Brian Hill is able to get some separation from the defender on that far side. And Balde. We have a corner. Girona. Barcelona 1. Girona 0 here. Swung in, headed away by Marcus Rashford inside the 6-yard box. All alive down the near side. Amin Yamal commits the free kick, or the free gives a throw in rather. Looks like he committed and tackled the player. Roca. Punching challenge in there by De Jong. Barcelona 1, Girona 0. Latest scores across the Premier League as they approach half-time. It's Sunderland 1, Wolves 0, Manchester City 0, Everton 0, Crystal Palace 0, Bournemouth 1, Burnley 1, Leeds 0, Brighton 0, and Newcastle United, their earliest scores. Nottingham Forest 0, Chelsea 3. Reminder, Ange Postecoglou removed 18 minutes after the result of that game, sacked as manager of Nottingham Forest. You can check all that sort of reaction to that news story in the news section of the app and website here. Fulham against Arsenal to follow in terms of the Premier League. Bundesliga action, the Kaiser Bayern Munich against Dortmund is also to follow. So lots of football. We love it here on Flash Score. We're happy that club football's returned. We had all across the qualifiers across the world as Girona put the ball in from Puto, cleared away by Kubirasi. It's flicked back in. It's an acrobatic effort. There's a goal. The flag stays down, and out of nothing, Girona are level, and it's Witzel with it. What a goal! What a game this is becoming. 21 minutes gone, and Girona have silenced the Olympico here. That is a superb goal. Would love to see the replay to see if Witzel was onside, but second ball so critical in football. But Witzel, the old veteran of football, the evergreen player I should say, doesn't look a day old, 36. Axel Witzel, the Belgian midfielder, and he is onside as the ball is headed on. He stays ahead of Cabrasi, and it's a wonderful goal, by the way. It's a scissor kick inside the ground. It bounces past Wojciech Szczesny in goal, and we have a game here at the Stade Olympique. Barcelona 1, Girona 1. Wonderful goal, really good, really good. Out of nothing, their first real attempt on goal, but it's their first shot on target, lends to a goal here this afternoon. Wonderful. So it's Barcelona shooting from left to right to restart the play halfway through this first half, and we've seen two good goals. Pedri, individual brilliance, laid off there. Firstly by Lamine Yamal, and then he made the angle, hit the post, and then this fantastic scissor kick from Axel Witsel. Beautiful leveller. The best moment in the game for Girona, and it is the leveller, and that is the tale of the game so far. Wonderful play, absolutely fantastic. Barcelona looking to now go again to push themselves ahead again. And it's now with Koundé towards De Jong. Now looking towards Lamine Yamal, feeds the ball to Rashford on his first touch. Just a bit heavy from Rashford, and it's able to be gathered by Gazaniga. I always look at form heading into these games. Firstly, regarding Barcelona, we know about them losing 2 games prior to this fixture, but Girona winning before the international break probably came at not the best time for Michel Sanchez's team, but they have been unlucky in a lot of the games that they have failed to win this season. That's led to even some defeats coming into this game just outside the relegation zone on goal difference, and haven't started so well with Pedri's goal, but with that guys with that Axel Witsel's goal, they're able to equalise, and they're over the halfway line here. And look at the ball to Vanet. Vanet through on goal here. It's a one-ball chance for Vanet. Good save by Szczesny. It comes back to Vanet, and Szczesny denies Girona the lead. Barcelona's high line exposed again. Kubasi on the left side. Balde. De Jong. Barcelona, well, cut open with ease. One ball from Martinez to Vanet, and Vanet was through on goal. But here's Kubasi. Putting the ball now towards Rashford. Towards the right side to Kubasi. Into the middle. Kubasi goes to floating the ball. It's given away. And then now there's another player through and goal here for Girona. Will this time be able to punish? It's Porto who does hit the post. Oh, he doesn't score. 2 one-on-ones. And both opportunities are not taken by the visitors. First Vanet and then Porto. What an opportunity for Girona to turn it around here at the Stadio Olympic. First Szczesny denying, Vanet and Porto running through and goal and hitting the post. Stays Barcelona 1, Girona 1. Is Lamine Yamal. Oh, beautiful play. Puts the ball through one player's legs and drives on. Takes on another. He's up against the same defence duo of Moreno and Roca. He plays the ball back infield, looking towards Casado. Casado infield towards Pedri. And now the left side it goes towards Balde. Kubasi. Holding the ball now, looking towards Roca. Casado. Get a little room there to Pedri. And once again Balde is able to clean up down the left side. Now towards Pedri. And Phil towards De Jong. Lets it run towards Rashford, and needed interception there from Vitor Ruiz in the centre, and Girona were able to win a free kick in the end after also goals flying in the Premier League. Brighton 1, Newcastle United 0, Burnley 1, Leeds 0, Crystal Palace 0, Bournemouth 2. Crystal Palace had a fantastic unbeaten run, which was ended just before the international break when Everton beat them at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. They're losing by 2 goals still at home. Manchester City 0, Everton 0. Only goal game without goals in that Premier League selection. It's Sunderland 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. This is Flash Score you are listening to, of course. Give the ball now. And then this comes back to De Jong. It's a good save by Niga. What an opportunity the first really from Barcelona since being pegged back, and it was Frankie de Jong. Gazaniga going down to his left with the lycra boots. De Jong just trying to side foot that into the net. It was turned over by Gazaniga. It's a short ball, which is now towards Pedri. Still 1-1 here, approaching the half an hour mark in this game. Kubarassi, Garcia, now to Frankie de Jong. It's Casado now to Pedri, few step overs, able to play the ball to the right side towards Koundé now, looking towards Pedri. It's floated towards the right side here, Lamine Yamal just tucks it in, looking towards Ferran Torres. To the right side to Koundé. 4 weight in the middle. Jules Koundé just can't keep it in. It will be a goal kick, just a loose touch here. Hansi Flick clapping his hands. We're going to replay this Porto effort. Really good release play once again for Martinez outside the boot. He's in between, and then his save comes in. This is the replay for Vanet. 1-on-1, which was the first 1-on-1. Ross, it says, and he went down to his left and denied Vanet. But the second Porto, it looked like he was going to score, had the angle, hit it straight, past Leslie, but hit on the post. So there's 1-1. Set. Now flows to the right side towards Lamine Yamal. He's gone past a couple players. Lamine Yamal finds the ball now towards Fernandez. The ricochet doesn't fall towards Lamine Yamal. And it's now with Pedri. Pedri now towards the left side to Balde. Outside the penalty area. He's up against Rincon. And Rincon defends well. But also Brian Hill comes and helps out. 1-1 the score here. Live flash score audio commentary. Lots of football across Europe, Bundesliga, La Liga and Premier League taking place up and down the country. Brighton 1, Newcastle 0, Burnley 1, Leeds United 0, Crystal Palace 0, Bournemouth 2. La Liga latest scores also taking place, coming up to, I should say, in Atletico Madrid against Osasuna, Villarreal against Real Betis. So Barcelona have this free kick, edge of the penalty area. Against Gazaniga. So Marcus Rashford territory. This half an hour gone. Barcelona 1, Girona 1. The green boots tonight. Rashford goes for goal, hits the post. Oh, what a good effort there was for Marcus Rashford. It looked destined to nestle the net, and find its way through to the goal. It's whipped in and recycled. Rashford's at the far post, tries to keep it in, but it will balloon off his right foot out for a goal kick. Barcelona 1, Girona 1. In a replay of this free kick, wonderful technique, just caressing the ball with the post as it just went out of play. Blint. It's intercepted. So it'll be a throw in down the near side for Girona. Moreno. Has the ball up. Now it's we've floated now. Martinez spreads this to the right hand side. Lots of space there for Brian Hill to run into. Intercepted. Well, it's now a bit of room towards Pedri. Good work from Barcelona, who immediately want to get a move on with this ball. Here's Lamine Yamal trotting down the right, driving forward. He's in the penalty area. He wants the ball on his left foot. Lays it off to Pedri. It's just unstoppable. So you just can't stop that, can you, at times? But Lamine Yamal was gliding down that right touchline. You know he wants to cut you on that left. You know he wants to just skirt and skid it in towards the penalty box, but just can't stop it. But good play from Girona, because they made it difficult. They made it harder for him to get a shot off, to get anything off, and that's a real positive. Getting replays of the goals for Pedri, one. Wonderful Witzel bicycle kick on the underside of the bar. Brilliant. Towards the far post. However, Shez needs to come out and clear away. Half-time scores getting confirmed across the Premier League. Of course, the game kicked off 15 minutes early from the free kick-off, 3:15 kick-off UK time. Barcelona 1, Girona 1. Late score here is another Girona player is released here. Through on goal. There's an opportunity for a Girona goal, and the offside flag has gone up. Here it stays Barcelona 1, Girona 1. Just for a moment, we know that Barcelona, with that high line, give opportunities to the opposition to attack them. Two clear-cut through on goal chances, but this time denied. Again, it's a half-time score at the Etihad. Manchester City 0, Everton 0, Crystal Palace 0, Bournemouth 2. That'll be a scoreline will raise eyebrows up and down. England, Burnley 1, Leeds 0, Brighton 1, Newcastle United 0. These are the late scores. Sunderland 1, Wolves 0. Kibrasi infield towards Jules Koundé. Koundé inside the centre circle, has the ball down the left hand side, and he's able to find the ball to Balde. Balde infield now to De Jong. De Jong goes infield towards Kibrasi. Kibrasi now towards Casado. Casado driving forward, goes past 4 Girona players. He's still going, Casado, trying to fit this towards Fernandez. And Daily Bintz, the player that gets in the way, but it's won quickly and fast by Casado. Great work by him. Casado with the ball again, gives the ball to De Jong. De Jong now quickly to Pedri. Pedri shippers the ball to the right hand side, looking towards Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal just hesitates, gives the ball towards Koundé, takes a few touches. Outside the boot it comes, heads it away there by Barcelona, and then the shot comes high and over from Garcia. That was ambitious from the Barcelona centre-back. Stays Barcelona 1, Girona 1. So Witzel's goal was a cracker for the Girona supporters to savour and enjoy. So 7 shots for Barcelona in this game, just a 3 for Girona. And I think the 3 shots were first the goal from Axel Witsel, and then those 2 1-on-1s for Porto and Venet. These are the only attempts for Girona. Barcelona have been able to pep up the visitors' goal continuously in this game so far as we approach the final 10 minutes of this half. Balde infield to Kibrasi. So now back to Rashford. Rashford into the penalty area, plays off to Pedri. Pedri back to Rashford, tried to do 1-2. Fernandez went down. Won a free kick. It looked like the youngster was brought down, and the referee then gives the free kick to Girona and penalises the Barcelona defender. It's released to Blint. Blint now to release. We can play the ball to the right side to Lingard. Lingard now infield towards Witzel. Witzel, lovely spine, breaking ball, lower ball now. Koundé's got to keep his eye on it because Vanet's right behind him. Could defend it on the Frenchman. Just evaded the challenge, kept possession, was able to turn, swivel, and lay it off towards the far side in that left where Rashford is. Good work from Koundé. Good defensive play from Barcelona. 1-1 to score. It's now with Casado. Casado now inside the centre circle. Finds a bit of room now to Koundé. And they just takes a few touches before just shipping it towards the right hand side where Frankie de Jong is. De Jong just from the touchline skirts towards the left side. Now puts the ball into the middle, looking towards Pedri. Pedri down the left side, towards Marcus Rashford. Rashford turns, approaches the byline, looking towards the far side. Lamine Yamal, can he turn and shoot? He can, but it can only hit a block shot that turns into being a corner. So the one, Girona 1. Cleared away. Good defensive work by Girona. So the corner going to come from the near side for Lamine Yamal. Floated it, cleared away. And it will be another corner on that far side. So swung in right-footed there by Rashford, cleared away. 3 corners out of 2. It's a lovely touch down there by Marcus Rashford. He swings the ball in, headed it away there by Rincon again. That will be a throw on that far side. So floated in by De Jong. So cleared away by Girona. Comes back out to Lamine Yamal, who hits it on the volley edge of the penalty area, but that is very high and wide from the youngster. And it will be a goal kick for Girona. Liga takes this goal kick, looking along towards Daily Blent. Blent now looking there towards Pedri, who's driving forward. It's intercepted by Barcelona, but then one back by Girona, and it's flipped forward here. Here's another one opportunity, a chance for Girona, which is not taken. Oh my, it's Bryan Gil, the latest Girona player to balloon, have missed a clean-cut opportunity, a 1-on-1. But again, further away these 1-on-1s. The first one by Van Aert was well saved by Szczesny. The second by Porto hit the post. And this one from Bryan Gil does the hard part really well. Like, he times his run superbly. He angles it, so no one around him. He's able to put the ball on his favoured foot, his left foot. It just bubbles. And it's a horrible miss from Bryan Gil. You know, it takes his time. If he has the composure, Girona have the lead. It's always the opportunity, always the door open. With this style of high-risk play with Hansi Flick, with this high line for Barcelona. But everyone will be worrying Hansi Flick. It's one thing playing high line, because we know the benefits of squeezing the opposition. If you're high up the field, it's harder to get out the press, of course, but it's the quality of the ball and how easy Girona are able to find those threaded balls through to their front three, Porto, Van Aert, Roca and Bryan Gil, front four I should rather say. And you know, 3 of those front 4 have been able to be clean through in a moment of real calmness. Just one splitting ball, Martinez and Witzel have been able to thread it through. The ball is with Girona inside their own penalty area. They've got it through Vitor Ruiz. It's back with Hill. He finds the ball towards Witzel, so a bit of space in the centre circle. Nice powerful ball down low towards Roca. Roca down the left side. He wants to find Van Aert. He'll give it towards Van Aert. First low ball. Van Aert to Porto. Lays his back, chance! And another opportunity miss. I cannot believe it. Girona have missed so many opportunities, and it's the goal scorer of their leveller in Witzel. And there's just a whole gasp of shock amongst the Girona players, because they're missing chance after chance. It was Moreira who kept it alive in the byline from a Van Aert pass, squaring it, and on the centre, in the penalty spot, sure I should say, on the penalty spot, Witzel's there, and he side-foots it wide. Can you believe it? Barcelona 1, Girona 1. De Jong for Barcelona. Now looking towards Fernandez, Pedri, get towards Lamine Yamal, Koundé, Yamal darting into ball, trying to release Rashford and Fernandes. It was De Jong who's actually further there. I think at times Fernandes has been a bit deep and De Jong's gone further on, of course. And the best chance that Barcelona have had has come through that De Jong effort. We just tried to siphon the ball inside the penalty area. It's going to be a throw on the far side for Barcelona inside their own half. 1-1 to score. There's options on the bench for both sides. For Barcelona, nothing really, no household names other than Haro and Christensen from a defensive point of view. Offensively, they are missing a few players. Espria, though, for Girona, the former Watford player, is one that springs out for sure. And of course, Sanagov, the Ukrainian, who could make a difference as well off the bench. So there's some options there as Gazaniga's got to come out and deny Fernandes reaching the ball from a long ball from Lamine Yamal, who has it back from the goalkeeper's clearance. It's back with Koundé. Jules Koundé now inside his own half, takes a few touches, lays the ball to Kubarassi. Kubarassi now floats it towards the left side to Balde. Balde looking now towards Casado, to Rashford. Infield now, it goes to Pedri, edge of the penalty box, tries to steal it through to Fernandes. It was denied, and Rashford has a shot that's blocked. It would be a corner work there from the Manchester United loanee. So a few moments away from the half-time whistle. Can Barcelona race themselves back in front here? Take a short corner, little routine from De Jong and Lamine Yamal. The ball still with Lamine Yamal. He's up against Moreno, puts the ball on his left foot, it's the far post, and you see it a bit more when they get in these areas. Lamine Yamal and Rashford, they're looking for somebody in the middle. They're looking for Lewandowski. They're looking for a maybe a Rafinha in a sense of what he can do centrally and running on from those wings. If Rafinha was fit, he'd probably play on the wing and Rashford down the middle. They're missing a striker. They're missing a central figure at the moment, Barcelona, and it's easy for Girona to defend. And if you look at the actual goal that Barcelona are able to score, it comes from Lamine Yamal, but it comes from the bodies in the penalty area. It comes from bodies in the box, with Pedri being able to get it in the box, turn, swivel, run and then shoot, hitting the inside of the bar. It's Barca 1, Girona 1. Here it is, Lamine Yamal over the halfway line with the ball, running at the Girona defence. That's never going to change. That's always going to be a constant threat for Barcelona. It's still with Lamine Yamal. He then eventually plays it towards Jules Koundé. Lamine Yamal gets two, lays the ball back now, looking towards Casado, who is now Lamine Yamal. Bit of room now for Pedri, the goal scorer. He shepherds the ball to Cabrassi. Cabrassi down to the left side to Rashford. Rashford down towards Balde. Balde, bit of room for Casado. Kubarassi's there now. Look at a few touches. Live audio commentary. The ball whipped in again by Lamine Yamal. He's trying to get Rashford on the opposite end, but isn't it central figure? And I think that's something Hansi Flick will have to look into in the second half. He'll be annoyed about the chances they've gifted. He'll be frustrated that they're level, Girona. I think at the time where Witzel's goal came, it came against the run of play. Barcelona were in control, more likely to get a second than to concede. But Witzel's wonderful scissor kick brought parity in this game. But since then, Girona have had three really good opportunities. If anything, they should be 3-1 up with how good and clear-cut those chances have been for the visitors this afternoon. Whereas Barcelona haven't really been able to create much outside a De Jong shot inside the penalty area, where Gazaniga was able to go down to his left and just push it for a corner. Barcelona 1, Girona 1. We're in added time here at the back end of the first half. It's just I haven't got confirmation how many minutes will be added on. 2 is what we're hearing here. Here's Roca approaching the penalty box for Girona. It's blocked, falls to Witzel, who pushes Lamine Yamal away. Here's Roca, needs help on that far side. He gets it in the end from Raikkonen. Raikkonen taking his time. He's got Brian Hill ahead of him. Ships the ball out to the left side. Raikkonen back to Daley Blind. Floats it towards the left. Lovely work here by Moreno. Moreno now floats towards Roca. Approaches the byline. It's intercepted by Barcelona. That'll be a free kick. So, around about the last moments of this first half, the opportunity for Girona there to swing the ball into the box is Casado, who's the player to take it. And rain starts to beat down in Catalonia. Lots of supporters looking to head to the main stands inside, because this is the Olympic Stadium. There's not much shelter at the old Olympic Stadium hosted, of course, the Olympics, hence the name, as Barcelona look to redevelop the camp now. We're looking forward to seeing all the developments there. But this is the final stages of this first half. Barcelona 1, Girona 1. It's been an excellent first half, but Girona had this free kick near side, whipped it by Moreno, headed away by Barcelona as the rain starts to really beat down in Barcelona here. Here's a Daily Blint. Will lay the ball back now to his goalkeeper in Gazaniga. Barcelona 1, Girona 1 is the score here. Not much time left now of the two that's been added on. Referee's had a few look at his watches. He's had a conversation with his fourth official and he's signalled for half time here in this game between Barcelona and Girona. It's been a good one. It's been a really good derby. Barcelona raced into the lead inside the first 15 minutes through Pedri's goal, set up by Lamine Yamal. Pedri running onto it inside the penalty area and hitting a low left-footed shot into the bottom corner, which struck the post before going in, with Gazaniga rooted to the spot. All Barcelona throughout the first half until a wonderful scissor kick from Axel Witsel, hitting the ball into the ground from a second ball from a corner, completely did Russet Szczesny in the Barcelona goal. 1-1 there, and then the best chances have come from the visitors. Van Eck, Porto and Gil all running through, exposing Barcelona's high line but not punishing Hansi Flick's team. So we have parity here in this derby game at half time in La Liga, live here on Flash Score, and we'll be back for full audio commentary in the second half between Barcelona and Girona. It's Barcelona 1, Fermin Lopez has come on with Marcus Rashford leading the line. So Fermin Lopez is the change here at the moment. He's come on for Fernandez. No change for Girona. I'll have a quick run down the Girona lineup in a short moment, but Fermin Lopez onto the field. So Rashford's gone down to more central area. And if you were listening to the broadcast in the first half, it was very clear that it needed to have a different idea, needed to have a player more centrally. There's another corner floated to the far side. Yeah, flicked away by Zuniga. It's clipped there and it's thrown there by Marcus Rashford. Thrown towards the near side infield. So it's Gazaniga in goal, Rincon, Vitoriz, Blint and Moreno at the back four, Martinez, Witzel, Rocket, Hill and Porto and Vanet's shot comes in there from Kugarasi. It's well saved by Gazaniga. So latest scores across the Premier League, just gone past the hour mark in those games. Brighton 1, Newcastle United 0. Leeds 0, Bournemouth 2, Man City 1, Everton 0. Might be a second Manchester City goal as Girona venture forward. So float, lovely skill there by Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal now trying to hit the ball to Marcus Rashford, but it's not on the same wavelength. It's 2-0 to Manchester City. They've got a second one against Everton. It's Erling Haaland who has scored a brace already. He's on real fire. Over the halfway line, look towards Martinez. Now looking towards Venet. Towards the right side. Porto. Back to Venet. Hits the side netting. Brian Hill again completing that move nearly. Nearly finding the bottom corner for Girona. There's a corner on the far side for Girona. The ball floats to the far side. It's headed away by Barcelona. Flicked on by Blint, trying to keep the ball alive. Able to find Moreno. Moreno up against Koundé. Koundé darts it and it's cleared away. It'll be a throw in. The sun's come out as well, which is always good as it's dry, and the rain that was pouring just the back end of the first half and during half time. It's now Martinez. Martinez for Girona. Finds the ball down to Rincon. It's now Roca. So ball is floated to the far side. And that will be cut out. That'll be a goal kick for Barcelona. Garcia. Now to Kubarasi for Barcelona. Push the ball into the centre circle for Lopez. Trying to find Lamine Yamal. Intercepted. Just a goal kick there from the liga. Launched up the field, looking long, work there and back towards the centre circle now with Pedri. Pedri find it towards Marcus Rashford. Lots of room now here for Ferran Lopez. Lopez has a low shot that's blocked by Blind. Still comes alive for Lopez, who goes for goal, and he needs Gazzaniga to go down to his right. Not even struck the post. He's been an influential and positive substitute from Hansi Flick, the Barcelona coach, watching on. Orange boots outside the penalty area. It bounced a couple times before Gazzaniga going down to his right, using his right hand to turn it over. So a corner from the near side. In fact, the referee's reversed the decision. He's given a goal kick. It seemed like Gazzaniga did get a touch towards it, but it may have just missed the right glove. So Gazzaniga's taken the goal kick already. The ball's inside Barcelona's half. That's to Jules Koundé. It's on now with Kubarassi. On by Ricot. Hill. To Blind. And the ball back to towards Gazzaniga. A bit of room. It's a bit of room now for Girona on that left side. Roca gives it away, gives it to Pedro of all people, inside the centre circle. He's able to feed it now down this left side for Fermin Lopez. Lopez looking towards Pedro. Pedro towards the right hand side. It's now with Garcia to Kubarassi. Still right hand side. Now looking for room to the centre circle. Put away by Koundé. Koundé down the right now to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal will go for goal. And Gazzaniga just punches it out. Better start from the second half. This from Barcelona, who kind of quite timid after being pegged back. So now with Pedri. Looking towards Jules Koundé. Getting the ball towards Moreno. A low shot. Comes in. There is team news coming in from Arsenal against Fulham. Fulham against Arsenal. Raul Jimenez is fit to start for Fulham despite pre-match fitness doubts. Perez replaces injured captain Martin Erdegaard. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel Calafiore, Rice, Jose Zubimendi, Saka, Trossard and Gyökeres is the lineup as the corner comes in towards the far post. They want a handball. Barcelona players are going to get it. Swung it down the left hand side. It's floated in and gathered. So down the left side it goes for Barcelona. With the ball for Fermin Lopez. Lopez goes in field towards De Jong. Here's Pedro. Here's the ball to the right side now to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal gets the 1-2 back from Pedro in the penalty area. Can't wriggle away though from Daley Blind. That was the player that tried to elude pass, but he couldn't. Stays 1-1 here. Olympic Stadium. So down the middle it goes now for Witsel. A little flick away. There comes back to Hill. Reach it towards that side. Intercepted by Barcelona. It's now with Fermin Lopez. Lamine Yamal outside the penalty area. A few step overs. Goes in field. It's pulled its way back to what's that near side. Bardet to Fermin Lopez, who goes for goal. And this time for sure it'll be a corner from Gazzaniga. A save. Well, they've actually played on. Maybe it's not. Barcelona kept him. Balde then balloons over. It looked like it was going to be a corner. It got played to the whistle. All players start. Referee said no signal. It was Frankie de Jong kept it for Barcelona this afternoon. He kept it alive from that Fermin Lopez effort. It was a bit of a fumble on Gazzaniga. Hill over the halfway line it goes. He's running down and giving the ball now to Vanet. Vanet approaching the penalty box towards Porto. That'll be a corner kick for Girona down this near side. Barca 1, Girona 1 the score here. Latest scores in the Premier League. Brighton 1, Newcastle United. Brighton 1, Newcastle United 0. Burnley 2, Leeds 0. Crystal Palace 2, and Bournemouth 2. Manchester City 2, Everton 0, Sunderland 1, Wolves 0. Brian Hill to take this corner from the near side. As the rain has returned here at the Olympic Stadium, and says he has to punch it away. It's Girona's fourth corner. Here's Frankie de Jong now beating down with rain. Here's Koundé. Rashford's on his bike down the left side. Marcus Rashford inside the left-hand channel. Wins the ball, gets the ball inside the penalty area. Rashford, he's got two players around him, he's in a bit of trouble. Rashford's clipped, and thankfully for him, he found a way out through a Girona player and a former teammate in Daley Blind. Of course, former Manchester United teammate was the player in the end that clipped Marcus Rashford. So 1-1 the score here. Free kick opportunity for Marcus Rashford. He's keeping his eye on the ball. So Rashford up against Gazzaniga here. It's just outside the penalty area, left off the D. Right-footed. Rashford keeping his eye on the ball. No one around him. It's going to be Rashford to take it. The post from one from the first half, but this time in the second it has flown over with great pace there. Marcus Rashford stays Barcelona 1, Girona 1. So we're past the hour mark now here in this game between Barcelona and Girona. And there's even Barcelona returning the ball back through Frankie de Jong's effort after Girona just keeps the possession from that goal kick. So we take two. Girona looking to keep hold of the ball. Lamine Yamal played an hour now. He would be looking to try and take him off. Olympiacos obviously coming here in the Champions League on Tuesday, but he's just returned from injury. Going to manage his minutes, going to manage his fitness. As they get over the halfway line, it goes. Kicking long, it's intercepted. It's found its way through towards Cabanassi. Now back towards Pedro. Pedro inside the centre circle. And floats to the right side. Looking towards Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal towards Pedro. And float to the right side. Lamine Yamal doubting, and it will be a corner kick on the far side for Barcelona. Ball's floated in, left footed by Lamine Yamal. Goes towards the far post. It's still alive for Barcelona, and there's a goal for Barcelona. Oh no, it's a foul been given. Is it Kibarasi? Well, has he given a penalty, the referee, or has he given a free kick? So is Rokon on the floor at the moment? It was Kibarasi that had swept the ball into the net for Barcelona after the takedown. Goalkeeper comes out, and then Fermin Lopez. There was a good header won by Garcia. So it was centre back to centre back. I don't think there was an elbow, but did the referee blow the whistle before the ball was swept in? It was a tidy finish from the defender. The goalkeeper took it away from the centre back who was on the goal line. He was able to clear it away. And people else has turned it away, but this one won't be a goal. No VAR check needed. Foul was given before the ball was put in. So it stays Barcelona 1, Girona 1. It's been a half that Barcelona have dominated. Now they've had a disallowed goal. Getting closer. It's still on as even here. Here's Pedri. Floating the ball to the right side to Hill. Lamine Yamal. Switching to the left side. He goes for goal. And goes outside the penalty area. Barcelona 1. Girona 1. And first changes now for Girona sees Brian Hill replaced, and onto the field comes Soles. So Soles Romero on for Girona. And Porto off, and onto Phil Coves Sakhanov. So Sakhanov on, and onto the field also is going to be Soles Romero. And a few changes there for Barcelona also. Sees Christensen replace Pedri, and Lamine Yamal, as I mentioned, as well as Rooney Barja comes on also. So Rooney Barja on. And Christensen on for Pedri. Just a short team, so Lamine Yamal off. I'm sure Girona supporters are happy with that latest development. So it's Koundé. Closest towards right side now, towards Roca. It's now Christensen for Barcelona. Bit of room now here for Christensen. Away. Here's Christensen again. It's come onto the field and had a lot of touches because no one's pressing it in Girona's shirt. It's a low ball endured across the 6-yard box. Superbly there by Rooney Barja. It evades everybody in the 6-yard box. It will come back out to Koundé down this right side. Koundé back to Rooney Barja, infield to Casado. Casado to Fermin Lopez. Back to Rooney Barja now. He's on the right. Outside the boot, look towards Rashford. Oh, what a chance in the 6-yard box, but he directed it wide. That looked destined to be Barcelona's second of the afternoon, the one that pushed them back in front. Wonderful by Rooney Barja. And Rashford he didn't get his right boot onto it after that excellent outside the boot cross coming in from Rooney Barja. Stays Barcelona 1, Girona 1. So Daniel Luiz almost his 43,000 here this afternoon for the Starbies. A shot comes in and saved by Gazaniga from Marcus Rashford. Ball went whipped in towards the penalty area by Barcelona, which is beaten away by Gazaniga. It's done well. Towards that far side, looking towards Rashford, but his header just goes out of play. It stays Barcelona 1, Girona 1. And Girona need to find some ideas, try and get up the field. There's changes in Kangov and Solas to relieve some sort of pressure. But we've seen opportunities for Rashford and as many minutes. Let's kick us ball to the Barcelona raincoat. There's another Girona substitution about to take place also in a few moments' time. Launched up the field. You can see towards Balde. Towards that right side. Looking now to Solas. Sankov. So back towards Christensen. Christensen now to Kunde. Kunde just started the ball, was intercepted. It comes back to Girona and a shot is taken and it's saved well by Szczesny. Good goalkeeper. He's not had much to do in the second half, but when he's been called upon, he's been there to make those saves in crucial moments, and that was another crucial moment in this fixture. Girona sparked into life, but it's now Barcelona over the halfway line, running at pace with Ronnie Barja, giving the ball to Frankie de Jong. De Jong, he's got Fermin Lopez to play the ball to. It's Shepherd from Mount Garcia to Lopez, left-footed effort. And in the end, it just goes wide. Frankie de Jong running the ball, running the show in the midfield. It looked like it was going to end up with being a sweeping Barcelona breakaway that finds its way in the back of the net, but stays 1-1. It's 20 to go. Another change is about to come on. So that's the end of Roca's evening. Into the field comes Yassi and Esprilla. Esprilla on for Girona. And Stuani is on also for Vanat. So Stuani on, and so is Esprilla. So kind of a whole new front four for Girona. Solas, Sakankov, Stuani and Esprilla, the four players. Here it is the Ukrainian in Sakankov. Lays it out to Rakon, who can keep it alive. It's blocked by Christensen. Swung in towards the penalty area. It was loose for Martinez, and that will be a goal kick to Barcelona. Latest scores in the Premier League: Brighton 1, Newcastle United 1, Burnley 2, Leeds 0, Crystal Palace 2, Bournemouth 2, Manchester City 2, Everton 0, Sunderland 1, Wolves 0. Fulham Arsenal to come later this afternoon. You can listen to audio commentary of that game. You can also listen to audio commentary of Bayern Munich against Dortmund. Esprilla can keep hold of it, so it's now with De Jong to Kabasi. Kabasi now back towards Jules Koundé. Koundé. Towards Balde. Towards Christensen. Christensen now to, where's that right side? Kabasi, Casado. Towards over the halfway line. Balde to the left. It's now with Christensen. So just sideway passing now. Girona happy. And, the longer this game goes on, this would be fantastic we got for Girona, of course, coming to this game just outside the relegation zone on goal difference for them to get a point against their regional rivals who they lost to home and away last campaign. The champions, of course, would be fantastic. We can't lose sight of that. The headline would be, of course, Barcelona dropping points at home. And there's an opportunity here. Rashford's got something in his face. The referee, Hansi Flick wants the referee to make a decision here. Rashford's holding his face. So he's been broken through, and it was a flaming up. It was Vitor Ruiz. And he just touched Rashford. The question is, was that enough for the Englishman to go down? That's the question. He's still on the ground at the moment. Rashford's on. He was clean through his goal as well. I say clean through. He was set through the only goalkeeper to beat. The ball was hit with a lot of pace. Rashford back up on his feet. Doesn't seem to be any type of VAR check. In fact, actual contact may be dodged with now floated towards the right side. So it'll be a corner for Girona. Girona doing well down the right side. Jules Koundé cleared it away. So Stuani's in towards the middle as well. Goes towards him, goes to far side towards Solas, who's hit the volley. The ball's still in the air. Balde can't clear it. It's cleared away by Christensen in the end. So it now found its way towards that far side. So the room now for Girona to build from the back down this near side, and they're driving forward. There's another goal in the game between Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. The hit of the 89th minute there, and it's Bournemouth who led in the game by 2 goals. They're pegged back by Palace, but Bournemouth has scored again late on. Late drama there. Will we have late drama here? We've got a bit more time in this fixture, in this La Liga game. Bournemouth sort of struck late to sink Palace. Blin to Solas. Clip, that will be a free kick. Now, those are fouls being committed here by Girona. We're seeing it in the graphics on our screens here. Cleared away by Girona again as the ball's swung in towards the penalty area by Barcelona. This time it's coming from the right hand side. Another change in the offering coming for Barcelona. Will be their 4th of the afternoon. But first we'll see this throw and taken on that far side. Stuani just clipped the Barcelona player and the yellow card. Not many yellow cards in the real disciplined derby. That is the first booking of the afternoon. Goes towards Stuani. Tough challenge on Kubarasi. So we're into the final 15 minutes now of this game. She's on from the bench. He's done his job for the day. He can only watch on from the bench. Players watching in the stands. Testerga and Rafinha. So Gerard Martin is about to come on for Barcelona. So Balde has been replaced. So Martin is on. So Martin, Kubarasi, Garcia, Koundé, Casado, De Jong, Christensen, Rodri, Lopez, Rashford is a selection as it stands for Barcelona. We've got 2 more subs available, 1 more sub available. Gazniga in goal for Girona. Rico and Victor Ruiz, Blin and Moreno. That back four hasn't changed throughout this whole game. Solas, Martinez, Victor, Esprilla, Stuani, Sankov. That's the team for Girona here. The final scores about to be blown across the Premier League. A reminder, Arsenal travel to Fulham, 5:30 kickoff UK time. You can listen to audio commentary of that game. You can also listen to audio commentary of the big game in Bundesliga between Bayern Munich and Dortmund which is to follow this game, of course, as well. So lots and lots of football across the weekend. Big game in the Premier League, of course, tomorrow. Liverpool against Manchester United. Live audio commentary, we'll have that for you for sure on Flash Score. Here's Manchester United's lone lead player in this game, in Marcus Rashford, having the ball with the green boots. He's driving forward, he legs back, now looking towards Garcia. Garcia on towards Kabasi. Barassi to the right hand side to Kunde. It's Kunde. Low ball now to Ferman Lopez. Back now to Christensen. Infield to Ferman Lopez. Put the ball towards that near side. It's a low ball in. Oh, great challenge away from Vitor Luiz. It was destined to reach Marcus Rashford, who's going to tap home on target. Just stuck his little toe out and swept it away for sure. It's 1-1 here. We've seen already this afternoon Sevilla lose at home to Mallorca. Villarreal against Betis to follow. Atletico Madrid against Osasuna as the late kickoff in La Liga today. Real Madrid will play tomorrow. It's still with the champions driving forward here. 13 to go. This would be a fantastic result for Girona. It really would be, considering where they've been in this season, the first couple of games, where they're on the table, where Barca are as well, really disrupting their city rivals potentially. Also, it would be fantastic for them, but there's still enough time for that to all change and for Barcelona to find themselves being winners again. So another Girona player is about to come on. Seems to be an injury also. Just get a replay of this Marcus Rashford effort. It was well saved. There's a hobbling Girona player leaves the field as we enter the final 10 here. This will be the final change for Michel Sanchez's team. Off comes Martinez, who's been excellent, produced the assist for the goal. It sees us level. Witzel's fantastic scissor kick. So Lass comes onto the field. So Lass, Stuani, Aspria, Solest and Sikankov are the substitutions we have seen in this second half for Girona. Barassi for Barcelona inside his own half, about 20 yards away from the penalty area. Here's the ball towards Garcia. Christensen has it now. And then the familiar figure of Frankie de Jong getting the ball deep. It's laying it off down the right to Jules Koundé. Now it's with Martin. Ronnie Barja. Back to Martin. Now Jules Koundé. Lots of room for Koundé. Right for the ball. Headed away again by Blint and Vitor Luiz. Having a real block. Stubborn defence, Girona. Since they conceded that goal inside the first 15 minutes through Pedri, who's gone off also. He went off at the same time as Lamine Yamal. It's now Christensen for Barcelona, bang in the centre of the half now. He's able to shepherd the ball to the left hand side, looking forward, and that is now blocked. So another change coming in for Barcelona. I see Horo coming on, and that's it for Casado. So Horo comes on. So So Barcelona having this corner as a late goal for Crystal Palace. It's 3-3 in that game. It's a hat-trick for Mateta. Wonderful for Oliver Glasner's team. Good game that's been between Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. It's really towards Rashford in the penalty box, but he can't keep it alive. It stays 1-1. Almost waiting for confirmation of the full-time scores across the Premier League. Once they're all confirmed, I will confirm them with you in the back end of this La Liga game. Flicked on now here by Girona. Can only be as far as it's going to be a clipped foul. And, so sorry, it's only as far as a sprayer. But there is Rincon, who's had a really good game. Rincon, he's been the player who's been excellent, and he's fouled by Christensen. So it's just giving an opportunity for Girona just to relieve himself some pressure and be able to reset and build just inside Barcelona's half. In fact, they've gone back to their own half and the ball with Daily Blint. But now towards the right side now here for Solas. Behind the ball towards Las to Sakankov. Now to this left side for Moreno. Back to Las. Low ball from Esprilla. Into the middle it goes for Witzel. Las is there. So floated towards Victor Ruiz. It's going to be blocked, to be thrown on that far side. Girona pressing now. It's the furthest we've seen them go forward in the second half. They've had a shot. Brian Hill had a shot that was well saved in the end, but they've not really pressured Barcelona the way they did in the first half. So she would have got the leveller. Koundé. Down the right hand side it goes for Barcelona. They switch the ball all the way to this left where Martin is. Martin goes towards Frankie de Jong outside the centre circle. Is able to play the ball down to Ronny Baja. Yellow card for Moreno also confirmed for Girona. Full time between Brighton and Newcastle. Brighton 2, Newcastle 1. Here's Christensen down the left side towards Martin. Martin driver towards the byline. And that will go and be a corner for Barcelona. So before this corner, all scores are in the Premier League for the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Brighton 2, Newcastle 1, full-time scorers. No draws, all wins. Brighton, Burnley 2, Leeds 0. Sorry, Crystal Palace 3, Bournemouth 3. Hold that thought because Marcus Rashford has this corner near side. Barcelona's 11th and it's comfortable for Liga. Just gathered, 5 to go. Manchester City continue their winning run at the moment, beating Everton by 2-0. And it's Sunderland 2, Wolves 0. Girona. Forward to towards Witzel. Separated towards the left side. Now a bit of room now. Trying to float that ball in, cleared away. Back with Girona. This is fantastic spread of the ball to Esprilla. Keeps it alive. He's on the touchline. He's up against Koundé. Esprilla lays it off. Oh, a deflected shot was ended in the end, blocked. But that was a real chance there for Girona. Just on running. Really should have done better. What a chance that was for Sankov. A player of his quality should expect a bit more. Got another chance to put the ball in for Asprilla, but the offside flag has gone up. So that will be a goal kick for Barcelona. So now we've been all the way to Kunda. Who's going to Garcia. Christensen on this left side. So floats to the far side. Flicked on and that'll be comfortable by Gazaniga. As the league has the ball for Girona. Floats it towards Asprilla. Asprilla plays this on now. Here is Zikankov. Zikankov has got a bit of time here and he tries to play the ball. And it's discovered towards Duani. That was the player I'm rushing in, trying to work out who was running with pace. Now with Blint, that's it against Foma Lopez, and that'll be a free kick. So Gazaniga takes the free kick, fires this forward for Girona. Will we find a winner late on here in this La Liga game between Barcelona and Girona? Of course, a derby game. We're in the 90th minute now. And here's Marcus Rashford playing the ball to Hurro. Hurro, low ball in. Oh, Rashford and Foma Lopez are waiting for it. So is Rooney Bajar. Comes back to Rooney Bajar. Now back to towards this left side. Here's Marcus Rashford, tries to find a bottom corner. He's holding. Left 4 players in, his shot just gets fired in, but really stubborn and concentrated defending there from Girona. Now the question on everybody's minds now here at the Olympic Stadium is how many minutes will be added on. We've had a handful of substitutions, but I don't think we've had a handful of delays. Maybe at around about 3 or 4 minutes to be added on. You would imagine so. Barca 1, Girona 1 here. Marte. It's the ball to Lopez. Lopez. Now back to Marte, who swings this into the middle. Looking towards Rashford. The goalkeeper hesitated, but he probably needed his defenders to come out. Still bobbling inside the Girona penalty area. Floated in. Header, good header comes in from De Jong. Headed out by Girona eventually by Daley Blind. And they actually win a throw down the near side. It's 4 minutes to be added on. Christensen couldn't win the battle between him and Stuani. Stays Barcelona 1, Girona 1 for now. So Ricon is the player down this near side to take the throw. Just eat it into time. Just telling everybody to carry on. Hansi Flick's been booked. Showing a bit of frustration on that far side. The Barcelona manager. And yet he's actually been sent off. Hansi Flick's been sent off. He's been shown a yellow card and then he's been shown a red. So he has left the technical area, he's gone down the tunnel. The Barcelona manager, as Marcus Rashford, tries to pounce for a header from Brilliant going back to his goalkeeper. The ball had enough travel towards Girona number 1. So it stays Barcelona 1, Girona 1. Deco looking on the sporting director. There was a few murmurs ahead of this game, that there was a few murmurs about Hansi Flick's position at the club, which sounds mad because of the fantastic season they had. You know, winning the league, semi-finalists in the Champions League, but they're not happy at all. 2 defeats coming into this game off the back of out just before the international break. Needed this kind of just win against city rivals in Girona. Still time, of course, to get a winner here. It's been a inconsistent second half. Barca have been a better team for sure. Girona battling and defending well, and they find a late winner. Here's Koundé, ball skittering across the line. It's cleared away. They've played halfway through. So now with Koundé, now past the centre circle to Christensen down the right. And this is a good opportunity now for Bruno Bar to drop it to the middle! And there's the goal! It's a hurrah to break Girona hearts! Oh wow! I said they needed a goal! I said they needed a breakthrough! And here it's come from the captain off the bench! Barcelona 2, Girona 1! Jubilant scenes across the Olympic Stadium! Liga, Daily Blind, Girona crestfallen. They've defended their hearts out, and at the death, in the 93rd minute, with only 1 minute of added time left, it's Ohoro off the bench to tap home into the bottom corner. Barcelona 2, Girona 1, and the champions get out of jail and find a way to score late in this derby. And it's a really good striker's finish. Lovely ball in the end from De Jong. De Jong to Ohoro. He got there ahead of the defender, Victor Ruiz. He made sure he stuck his right foot into the bottom corner. Hansi Flick, oh, even though he's been sent off, he's ran onto it. He's not happy. And that's a massive goal for Barcelona in their pursuit to retain their title, with the El Clasico looming large in a fair few weeks. With all the injuries they have, it's been a difficult game, but you've got to navigate these ones if you're going to win the league, win those derby games, win these fixtures at home, and that's what they're looking to do here. Ohoro has been booked, of course. He took his shirt off in the celebrations. Barcelona 2, Girona 1. That's his second goal of the season. And that is the game. Barcelona have beaten Girona right at the death. Ohoro with the late goal after a close-fought derby game. It all started in the first half when Pedri got the opener in the 13th minute from a Lamine Yamal goal. Then a wonderful leveller from Axel Witsel with a scissor kick, and then Barcelona threw everything at Girona, and then a breakthrough came in the 93rd minute through Araujo, who was able to tap home from a De Jong cross. Barcelona 2, Girona 1 is the full-time score here, live